Okay, what is it with you? Like every time you say something, you say my sources say this,
right?
And it seems like players go out of their way to try to refute what you said on there.
Well, first of all, when your voice is potent and it's gonna go viral,
right,
and it's gonna resonate, and they think it's gonna compromise their brand, that's what they're gonna do. I understand that. I remember, I'll tell you a story one time. I had a coach go up in front of reporters. Stephen A's wrong. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. I can't believe they even let him report on the team. Blah, 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 blah. And then walked by me and winked. Because he did it because he didn't want people to know he was the one who gave me the story. I've been a journalist for 30 years. I got sources all over the sports world.
Right.
Every single segment of every single show, I get text messages. It's a player, it's a coach, it's an executive, it's a player personnel director. In my case, sometimes it's owners, because I know quite a few.
Right.
Okay? And so I have sources all over the place. Does that mean I'm always right? Absolutely not. What happens, though, is I never said I was. I said, this is what I was told. And when you make that judgment call, what are you making the judgment call about? I ain't making a call about your personal life. I ain't making a call about something ultra invasive or whatever. You know, the other day when I made the news about Lonzo,
right,
I'm like this. They said, yo, Stephen A. They said sometimes it's like it's hard for him to stand up from the position in the chair. All right? I'd heard the same thing on several occasions. Well, 2 years ago, you missed 42 games due to injury. The next season, you missed the entire season. This season's coming up.
You're gonna miss
the team announced, think about this. The team announced in June that he would be available before the new year. Think about that.
Right.
So I'm going like this. You gonna literally sit poolside and hop up and down in a chair from a seating position when you done missed 48% of your games in just your 4th or 5th year in your career? Brother, you clearly are not healthy. Okay, you want to get literal with it?
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't have said, or whatever.
Right.
That's what they said.
But that ain't playing basketball.
But you ain't, exactly. So I'm like, really, that's what you want to refute? And I like Lonzo. I got nothing against him. I have nothing against his daddy, whatever the case may be. But I would say to you, go back to the days when I was a beat writer for the Philadelphia 76ers, and I'm covering Allen Iverson and beyond. I've been a journalist for 30 years. I was a beat writer for 10. I was a general sports columnist for another 7 or 8. I've been around. And so there's been plenty of times when people have refuted what I've said, and then years later come to find out I was telling the truth all along. You go ahead and you deny that. I remember one time I had a player. I'm in St. Thomas, this is where my family's from. And if you go to St. Thomas, there's a spot called Red Hook. And Red Hook is where you go and you take the boat from St. Thomas to St. John's. It's only a 15-minute boat ride.
Okay.
And I'm literally docking away from Red Hook going into the ocean. I get a call. I'm 1 out, and they're saying I'm lying. I'm like, what the hell do you care? You already told them you leaving. It's hurting my brand. And you realize how a lot of cats are thinking. Mm-hmm. They're thinking about their social media following. They're thinking about the connections that they have. They're thinking about how that's going to be parlayed in the monetary value for themselves down the line and how it could be compromised. And so when you see these denials, let's say you say, all right, it makes sense. I got it. I'll leave it alone. But my attitude is, I'm not giving you a death sentence, and I'm not talking about your personal business.
Right.
I'm talking about relatively obvious stuff. Calm the hell down and stop making it bigger than what it is.
Right.
And you'll be fine.
Right.